Hey, what's up guys? DJ Remark here, and today I'm going to talk about working with actors and crew who are not your friends for your short film. When casting for a short film, you want to understand exactly what your script is and the character's role in the story. This is why I harp on script so much and making sure that your writing is tight and good and your characters are fully realized. They're real human beings. They have needs and wants and flaws. So when you're looking for the right actor for these roles, you really need to know the character so that you can look at the actor and make sure that they check all the boxes as far as the specific look you're going for, whether it's hair color, height, weight, etc. Whatever you're going for, you want to make sure that you're getting actors that are auditioning for that role, that fill that look, so that you have the very basic concept of that character down. If you don't have friends to cast in the role, there are a lot of different ways that you can find actors. You can go to Facebook acting groups. There's always actors there that are looking to work for cheap or free. You can try acting schools. You would send over the instructor your casting call and the types of actors that you're looking for, and then usually they'll send you over suggestions, or they will talk to their students about a potential role that they could fill, and then they will give your information to that actor, and then they will reach out to you. So something that you should do when looking for actors is write a casting call. And what a casting call is it's a brief synopsis of the film that you're working on and the characters you're casting for, their ages, their height, their weight, their look. You want to make sure that you have every detail necessary that an actor will need to decide if they are right for that role. So, two very important things. One, violence. You're making a horror movie, there's probably going to be violence, but the actor that is looking at the character should know if they're going to die in this film, and if they are, what it is. And then if there's any nudity in your film, you have to be upfront with that. I know it's an uncomfortable topic, but that's the point. So if you're not upfront with that, then you are going to run into a lot of problems that you don't want. Mainly, you're gonna lose your actor. They're gonna start talking about how you expected them to expose themselves on camera when they got on set. That's just not the attention that you want, because that could also lead to bigger legal problems. That'll ruin your career. Make sure that all of the important details are upfront and personal so that people know exactly what they're getting into with your project. Something else that you should do is, if an actor auditions for the role, you should watch their reel and then do a little research on that actor. Go to their IMDb page if they have one. Find them on social media. Don't talk to them, but just see what they're about. See what other movies they've done. If they've done other movies or other short films, watch them. See who directed them. See who wrote the script. That'll give you a lot of insight to how an actor acts. No information is bad information when you can research actors like that. And it's not weird that you're doing that, because 9 times out of 10, they're going to be doing the same thing to you. They want to see what type of director you are, what you've done, your movies. Just, don't hit them up. That's all. Just don't be weird. All right, so you got your call sheet out and you've cast your actors. Now it's time to crew up. So what do? Well, if your project has a budget, that's great. You can just put out how much you're going to be paying, which is normally a day rate for a crew, and find the best people and go. But since this is indie film, you're either going to be financing this thing yourself, or you're going to be asking people to work for free. Two great ways to soften the blow of working for free is providing meals on set, because like as not, you're going to be working for 10 hours or more on any given day, whether you're working just weekends or you're working all week. You're going to be looking anywhere between 10 and 13 hours sometimes. People have to eat. You have to eat. It's your responsibility as a director and as the producer of your short film or movie that you provide people with at least sustenance. That's going to keep energy levels up. That's going to keep morale up. It's going to give that impression that you care about your cast and crew, which you should. Definitely provide meals, or if you don't have enough money to provide them with meals, give them at least an hour break so that they can go feed themselves. And make sure that it's at an appropriate time. It's not something like, it's not something weird. You know what I mean? The other thing, and it still has to do with food, is having snacks available on set while you're filming. In the industry, that's called craft services, or crafty for short. You want to make sure that you have crafty. So what is that? Well, it can be really anything. It can be like a cheese plate or vegetables or fruit or Nutri-Grain bars or something like that. You know, you want just something, some candy, anything that, you know, you can kind of munch on. Coffee is always great, and water. Definitely water. What that's going to do is that's going to hold them over until meal times, and it's going to also just provide that little extra boost of energy that they need to get through the day. The best thing that you can offer if you are expecting somebody, even your friends, to work for you for free is to feed them and give them craft services. So, as a director, what you need to be able to do is to effectively communicate your vision to your cast and crew. Doesn't matter. You just know that he's going through something. You need to cheer him up. You need to get him in your orbit, and you gotta get that. You gotta get him hypnotized, because if not, you don't eat tonight. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of. It sounds silly, but it's kind of like that's what this whole vampire kind of human-like relationship is. Something that I will recommend you not do if an actor is not giving you the performance that you are maybe expecting out of them is to tell them how to act. Specifically saying something like, say the line like this. This is very frustrating for an actor and is not very helpful to them or even you, because if you have to tell an actor how to say a line, the problem is typically not with the actor, the problem is with your script, or it's you not having a very developed vision for the scene. So what you and the actor should do is re-examine the scene and their character's motivation during that scene. Every scene should have a character trying to achieve a goal, and the actor should know what happens if that character achieves that goal or fails to achieve that goal. That information alone will give them the necessary motivation to deliver their lines in a way that shows the character's wants and needs. You withholding that information and just going, say the line like this because you're sad, or say the line like this because you're happy, that doesn't do anything, and that's going to cause your actor to ask the very cliche question, what's my motivation? Because they don't know and you haven't provided that for them. Are there bad actors? Sure, it's indie film, but there's way worse scripts and way worse directors in indie film. So it's your job, if you're a writer-director, to make sure that your script is tight. I am always going to hammer that home every single time. Make sure your script is good and tight, and make sure that you as a director understand the characters in your script. If you're just a director and you haven't written the script, you need to make sure that you understand what that script is and go back to the writer if necessary if something either doesn't make sense or the motivation is unclear or the characters don't have any flaws that you can exploit to create conflict and horror in your movie. So after you have a meeting with that writer and you get your script tight, that's going to help you as a director to help communicate your creative vision to the actors. Likewise with the crew, you should let your crew do their job. Don't try to direct the crew on how to light a scene or how to get good audio. It's up to you as a director to know how to do these things, to at least have a basic understanding, to be able to speak the same language as a crew member, whether they're a gaffer or a sound person or even your director of photography, who you should be communicating with. If you are also shooting this, so if you are writer, director, cinematographer, you need to be very intentional then in your shots, and you need to be able to communicating with your lighting guy, with your sound guy, what kind of shot you're trying to get so that they know where to put the lights, how high to raise the C-stand, et cetera, et cetera. So respect and effective communication is essentially the lesson in this video. A good way to learn how to effectively communicate as a director and to gain that respect from your cast and crew is to watch behind the scenes interviews with other actors and crew and listen when they talk about a director that they've worked with and why they've enjoyed working with that director, and then really take that advice to heart and try to implement it when you're on your sets. There's a video by director David F. Sandberg, which, if you're unfamiliar with him, he directed the viral short film Lights Out back in 2013, which later became a feature film and also Annabelle Creation. He has a YouTube channel, which I will link in the description, and a video called Communicating Your Vision as a Director. And it has a lot of great insight and a lot of the same lessons that I presented here, but coming from a professional director instead of just, some indie asshole like me. So that's it, guys. I hope you learned something about how to effectively communicate your creative vision with your cast and crew, how to find good cast and crew for your movie, and how to be a good director for them. If you have any insight on how to effectively communicate your vision, please leave me a comment. I'd love to read it, and I would love to respond to it. So anyway, that's it, and until next week, I will see you later.